Hello again, and welcome back to Granny Dorothy Visits. Today's topic is realize the power of your own thoughts. And from Wayne Dyer's Everyday Wisdom, he said, what you think about expands. If your thoughts are centered on what's missing, then what's missing, by definition, will have to expand. And the second one I want to read today is from a book I haven't read from before. It's Louise Hay, You Can Heal Yourself. I thought this was appropriate. She said, in the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. Change is the natural law of my life. I welcome change. I am willing to change. I choose to change my thinking. I choose to change the words I use. I move from the old to the new with ease and with joy. It's easier for me to forgive than I thought. Forgiving makes me feel free and light. It is with joy that I learn to love myself more and more. The more resentment I release, the more love I have to express. Changing my thoughts makes me feel good. I am learning to choose to make today a pleasure to experience. All is well in my world. And from Richard Carlson's Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. It's entitled, Release the Power of Your Own Thoughts. If you were to become aware of only one mental dynamic, the most important one to know about would be the relationship between your thinking and the way you feel. It's important to realize that you are constantly thinking. Don't be fooled into believing that you are already aware of this fact. Think for a moment about your breathing. Until this moment, when you are reading this sentence, you had certainly lost sight of the fact that you were doing it. The truth is, unless you are out of breath, you simply forget that it's occurring. Thinking works in the same way. Because you're always doing it, it's easy to forget that it's happening, and it becomes invisible to you. Unlike breathing, however, forgetting that you are thinking can cause some serious problems in your life, such as unhappiness, anger, inner conflicts, and stress. The reason that is true is that your thinking will always come back to you as a feeling. There is a point-to-point relationship. Try getting angry without first having angry thoughts. Okay, now try feeling stressed out without first having stressful thoughts, or sad without sad thoughts, or jealous without thoughts of jealousy. You can't do it. It's impossible. The truth is, in order to experience a feeling, you must first have a thought that produces that feeling. Unhappiness doesn't and can't exist on its own. Unhappiness is the feeling that accompanies negative thinking about your life. In the absence of that thinking, the unhappiness or stress or jealousy can't exist. There is nothing to hold your negative feelings in place other than your own thinking. The next time you're feeling upset, notice your thinking. It will be negative. Remind yourself that it's your thinking that is negative, not your life. This simple awareness will be the first step in putting you back on the path towards happiness. It takes practice, but you can get to the point where you treat your negative thoughts in much the same way you treat flies at a picnic. You shoo them away and get on with your day. And I want to read one more thing from Louise Hay's book because it's appropriate too. She talks about affirmations. So Learn to think in positive affirmations. Affirmations can be any statement you make. Too often, we think in negative affirmations. Negative affirmations only create more of what you say you don't want. Saying, "I hate my job," will get you nowhere. Declaring, "I now accept a wonderful new job," will open the channels in your consciousness to create that. Continually make positive statements about how you want your life to be. However, there is one point that is very important in this. Always make your statements in the present tense, such as "I am" or "I have." Your subconscious mind is such an obedient servant that if you declare in the future tense, "I want" or "I will have," then that is where that idea will always stay, just out of your reach in the future. So that's a good point too, to have affirmations in the present tense. So I wish you to have love in your life and a wonderful day. Till next week. Bye.